165 pounds, one we're all looking forward to. One of two undefeated freshmen in all the country, Alex Marinelli, the bull, ranked 4th in the country, and the reigning national champ, Vincenzo Joseph. And he is always, Jim, calm, cool, collected.
Well, he's going to need to be, because this Alex Marinelli is going to come at him pretty hard, real physical wrestler. But my opinion of, like, it makes a difference, but Vincenzo Joseph is probably one of the most underrated guys I think we saw coming into this year. His improvement during the course of the year, way he's going out there and winning, he's really stepped it up.
You made the comment about Miles Martin with Ohio State, and Cale Sanderson said the same thing about Vincenzo Joseph from the standpoint of they win national titles, but the most improved guys on the team.
Well, Shane, here we go. This is what makes Joseph special here is this overhook position. He's got a double overhook, and you see how that, Marinelli totally committed to trying to get out of that, but he can't get both arms out. He's pushing away right there. Vincenzo Joseph taking territory, doesn't want to step into that inside trip, but this is what separates him. He can go ahead and take territory, and then he come out of it like most guys would be a little flushed after that big effort right there. He just gets nice and calm, cool into his stance.
Watch the clubs, guys.
And what Marinelli wants to do is turn this into a little bit of a war here. He's got to turn it into a physical match. He likes to come hard with that collar tie, right? Gets to the leg, right? Nice job of Joseph battling with that underhook. Yeah, you can just. This is going to be a fun one to watch. A lot of chess going on here at this stage. Again, Marinelli, you got to try to beat him out of that stance. How are you going to do it? We saw where Joseph was trying to jack him up with these underhooks and overhooks, but Marinelli not taking the bait, not pushing back in. He's basically circling out of it.
Pair of undefeateds. Marinelli and Joseph here at 165 pounds. Joseph out of Pittsburgh, PA, Central Catholic High School. Marinelli out of St. Paris Graham, Ohio.
And again, Marinelli uses a lot of energy in his matches, and normally he just tests his opponent to the point where, he's got a little bit more left at the end than the opponent does. But Joseph is just such a hard guy to tire out. And you just see it's nice and smooth in there, and just relaxed, and whereas Marinelli is just, he's throwing haymakers there with every collar tie.
I mean, this is physicality versus finesse, right?
Yeah, it is, it's a little more Ali Frazier-like. And straight on double leg there. Good job by Marinelli staying in good position. There's weight on the hands. That was just a good freight train double right there. And so, he gets you standing up a little bit. And for Marinelli, it didn't take a lot. But that's what,
action, guys, action.
He goes high for a while, and then he'll be able to drop down low on that shot.
Neutral.
So it's a nice misdirection, but it's top to bottom.
Marinelli, 4-time Ohio State champion at St. Paris Graham, wrestled for Jeff Jordan. Team won 4 team titles. They won the national team title when he was a junior. Career record of 204. And talked about Tom Brands going into Pennsylvania. This was big to get him out of Ohio.
Certainly was, and like I said, I think that one of the things that the Iowa program, there's a lot of optimism, and you've got to recruit at this level. Let's take a look at this takedown here by Joseph. Just a straight-on double, but see how he's high, relaxed, and comes back in and drives through and makes that big step. He really committed to that. Marinelli took it as far back as he could, but he really didn't have much of a counter left after about the 3rd or 4th drive. And if you're Marinelli, you want to go ahead and stay with Joseph here on the mat returns. Joseph right back up to his feet. And you never know when this will start paying off, so you got to stay with it. You got to stay with your mat returns. That's part of your strategy. You've got to stay with this stuff regardless of the score.
It's a great mat return, second one of the period.
And you keep on doing it, and who knows? Sometimes guys they'll fade and concede. So here's the first mat return. He pulls him back into the mat. But you notice what Joseph does that a lot of champions will do? They come back down, they land with their knees up close to their chest. See how the knees come up close to the chest right there? So he's in a great position to come back to his feet.
Good point. There's an escape.
So after a number of those mat returns, really, it was Marinelli who didn't stay committed to it, and Joseph, with his repetitions, being able to get to his feet, not getting broken down, was able to get the quick escape.
Marinelli, one of 2 freshmen in the country that are undefeated. The other, North Carolina State's Hayden Hidley.
Yeah, and he got to the leg right there a couple times. Now he comes back with that inside trip. Well, he does that as well as anybody in the country. He was able to get 2 back points as well.
Joseph showing why he is the #1 guy at the weight class, the reigning national champ.
So I don't think he waved that off. He pounded the. He didn't get the 2.
Looking for an inside cradle, perhaps.
Yeah, he has it locked up. No, fell off of it. But look how hard Marinelli's having to work here. Right, we're back in that position, and Mr. Smooth just basically stays really calm and collected right there at the edge of the mat and says, hey, you want to come back at me? I'm going to inside trip you.
He must be deceptively strong, Joseph.
I think he's got a good set of hips, and he's just, again, he can stay relaxed out there, but that was a beautiful inside trip.
Seen that before.
Off of that shot. And that's his money thing, you know, when he won the national championship off of last year.
Pinned Isaiah Martinez of Illinois, who was the 2-time reigning national champion. And good period for Joseph.
Look at this shot. And this is not Marinelli's strong side, so he comes straight up. You notice how he came straight up and he came right into it. Instead of keeping the pressure forward on Joseph, he came straight up off of that instead of coming into him and keeping the pressure on to keep Joseph backing up, and then he was able to follow up with that. So again, it wasn't necessarily Marinelli's strong side, and he came straight up, and that's what set up that inside trip.
5-3 score now, early 3rd period. Hawkeyes up 10-9 after 5 matches. First match here in the second half.
You know, I talked about in the keys of the meet, there's going to be moments in these meets where you've got to build yourself some optimism on what you like. And here, this might be a situation here where, you know, heck, what the heck, go for it here with this bear hug, see who's going to win that. And he does, right there.
And Marinelli's got Joseph on his back.
Yep. Wow.
This will be a 6-point move.
That's correct. So he comes out, and we're middle of the third period, so.
And that, Jim, was strength on strength.
Well, it's just commitment here. Like I said, these guys must be listening to our broadcast, because that was just the situation where Marinelli had a good chance to compete, and he didn't shy away from it and said, what the heck, I'm going to try to score. Escape by Joseph. That makes it a 3-point situation here. So 2 takedowns are really what Joseph needs to get himself back in this match. 2 takedowns and a ride out.
Riding time a non-factor.
And so this is where Marinelli wanted to get to. This situation where he's holding the stance, all right? He's holding position. His physicalness in this match is kind of paying off. And he's not taking the bait here as far as sinking that underhook here with that left arm. So Joseph really has to come back at his shot.
And this is where Marinelli wants to be. He's very strong here.
Yep. Good head-hands defense. Big upset.
Alex Marinelli, he will remain undefeated. That 6-point move, feet to back, and Marinelli will give Joseph his first defeat of the season. Big win for the freshman.
Certainly was, but he took advantage of the one opportunity he had where you thought that Joseph may have the advantage, that bear hug situation.